education, and I'm here because I want to avoid, I'm here because I want to avoid the systems. I'm here because I've had to fight for those systems to keep my children safe. I refused to send my son Ashton to a mainstream school placement when it was clear that it was not suitable for him. I was told repeatedly by the local authority and the mainstream that it was the default and he should attend. The inclusion meant attendance and he would settle eventually, no matter how his day would have been. But I knew my child and the law was on my side. Under current legislation, parents have the right to challenge unsuitable placements, and I exercised that right. I went to tribunal to secure a placement that I knew would be appropriate for my child, and it would be safe for him. That process was long, exhausting and adversarial, but it mattered, because forcing children into the wrong environment, no matter where that is not inclusion, it is harm. And that lived experience is why I am deeply concerned about the Children's Wellbeing and School Bill, because this bill moves us away from rights and towards control. School is not the right environment for every child, and for some children forcing attendance is not neutral, it's not resilience, it is harm. I want to share some words of a parent who has trusted me with her experience. I'm not changing her words because they matter exactly as they are. School was not the right environment for every child. I genuinely believe that if I had continued to force my daughter to attend, I may have lost her. At 7 years old, she told me that the world would be far better without her. We continued to follow the system guidance. Her timetable was reduced to only 12 hours a week, yet she still could not cope. Every day was a battle, self-injurious behaviour, overwhelming distress, physical illness, screaming and shutdowns. We implemented every strategy that was suggested to us, repeatedly, but the reality was simple. The school environment was harming her, not helping her. Since bringing her home to learn, our house is now filled with laughter. She no longer hurts herself. She no longer cries continuously. And she no longer wakes each day feeling unwell and terrified. She is learning again because she feels safe. Removing or restricting a parent's right to withdraw their child from school will have a profound and dangerous impact on families, home education and mental health of those involved. Home education is not a preference, it's a necessity that saves lives. That is not ideology. That is a child who survived because a parent was allowed to act. This is not an isolated incident or story. Why SEND children are being harmed? The legal reality. SEND children are not being harmed because of parents are being unreasonable. They're being harmed because existing legal protections are not being honoured. And instead of fixing that, this bill introduces new powers over families. Under current law, the Equality Act 2010 requires schools to make reasonable adjustments for disabled children. The Children and Families Act of 2014 gives children with EHCPs enforceable rights and appropriate provisions. Children should not be excluded, reduced or pressured out of education because their needs are too complex. Yet parents are routinely seeing unlawful reduced timetables, informal exclusions and children kept enrolled but not properly educated by the schools. Parents are blamed when schools are not helping. When schools fail, children are expected to just endure it. And now this bill will add to that pressure. Bills are introduced measures that delay and restrict a parent's ability to withdraw their child from school, require a mandatory local authority involvement earlier regardless of the harm it will cause to the family and child involved. Expect children to attend formal meetings even when they are distressed, autistic, disabled and or traumatised already by the system. Normalise home scrutiny and increase surveillance to families. And recent amendments go even further. They're introducing pilots where parents must attend compulsory meetings before deregistering their children. Sorry.
On behalf of the record, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Sorry, I can't hear
You
myself.
have the same day. I'm with you. We are with you because I know you are with us. Apologize. Today's destination.
They attend compulsory meetings before deregistering a child,
Can I apologise
and
for
where
the
the
noise?
children
We
is
didn't know you guys
expected to
were having
attend. They will allow local authorities to consider where a child lives at the very start of the process, reframing privacy and boundaries as potential risk factors. This is not safeguarding, this led by concern, this is oversight by default. For SEND children and families, this is terrifying because when a child is being harmed by school, time matters. Delays matter, processes matter, and forcing families to wait, justify or comply what our child's deteriorating in front of their eyes. We are here safeguarding must be lawful, proportionate and humane. Therefore, because children are not pilot schemes, they are not data points, and they are not acceptable losses. We are here to say we do not make it harder for parents to protect their children. Do not undermine existing disability rights in the name of well-being. And do not legislate harm into children's lives. Listen to parents, listen to disabled people, and listen to the children who live with the consequences of these actions and decisions every single day. Children's well-being is not achieved through force. It's achieved through safety, dignity and support. Thank you.